Long ago, in the fog of a memory, a now distant whisper was alive. A species, in fact. Now they are long dead and extinct, but in their day they thrived beautifully. A time of peace and well-being brightened their souls with every drop of rain that fell on their lands. An ancient power known as the Mushroomites. A simple people, really. Their days consisted more or less of tending to crops by day and socializing in the evening hours. But once a month, something truly remarkable came to pass. The harvest. Now, the harvest was when all their hard work paid off. To gather what they had toiled over, slaving to redeem, and to watch the night sky glisten to the magic. When a Mushroomite harvested a fungus, it would release thousands of tiny blue particle spores into the air, lighting up the night sky with a brilliant light. The spores then plant themselves and begin the next month of seeding. The Mushroomite's harvest, you see, was not for food, nor for just the sake of enjoyment, but it was the day when the next generation was to be born. But this harvest was different. A day beforehand, an unusual rain had befallen the land, one that stung the face and sizzled into the dirt, the origin of which the Mushroomites had never encountered. As time drew nearer to collect the harvest, all seemed normal, and after a vote, the town collectively decided to proceed with the harvest. All were fine, but one. A small, baby Mushroomite was green, and not blue. As the child grew, the town quickly noticed his strengths. Mushroomites possess the ability to suspend and move objects at will, with two exceptions. Sand and gravel were simply too loose to be controlled, except by Malachi, a small green mushroom boy. At first, the elders praised his accomplishments, for he would surely plant the new generation of capable Mushroomites. But Malachi was a twisted soul, who instead used his abilities to enslave his own race. They could not harvest, and therefore had no joy. Their population started to dwindle, so the elders turned to a forbidden power. By the elders, it was deemed too dangerous to use. As they exhausted all other routes, though, it became their only option. But what happened next could not have been foreseen. Malachi fell, as he no longer had the ability to control the fine elements, but the sand had now a property far worse. A poison that spread rapidly on contact with the Mushroomites, whose homes and fields were built on top of the fine rocks. As the Mushroomites died, they released spores of a white color and a deathly sound, and the Mushroomites were forced to flee. One by one, they dropped as they fled further and further from their homes, but it was not enough. The sky became black, and the white spores filled the sky, and the Mushroomites found a refuge under the earth in the caves, where they slowly went blind from the darkness. The sickness crawled its way through the dirt and rocks, seeping slowly into the cave, and although distilled enough not to kill, it rendered a Mushroomite barren. The last of the Mushroomites died after many years of fighting the infection, their bodies trapped in the particles they produce in the sealed cave. The last Mushroomite structure lies here, perfectly preserved and hidden from the eyes of the new age of Stephen Kraft, always waiting for the return of its people. And slowly, but surely, a blue sprout popped its head through the gray-soiled earth.